Hi, this is Noma Dimitri. If ever there was a perfectly manicured lawn, it's this one, and certainly not the one that I have on my garden. Every blade seems to be exactly the same, absolutely the same length, and more importantly, there is nothing but blades of grass growing in this particular garden. It's the lawn of one's dreams, though I suspect that it's not maintained in this pristine state through organic methods alone. I'm Noma Dimitri and I am in the Luxembourg Gardens in Paris. Behind me you see the Jardins de Luxembourg, and I'm going to tell you a few things about it. And it's a December day, unusually warm and very, very sunny. The sky, the traditional heavy gray sky of Paris, is actually brilliantly blue today, and I hope that lasts. The Luxembourg Gardens, and what is there to say about this, and also the chateau. You know that in Europe, royal families intermarry. So I am the King of France, and I want to kind of feel secure in my relationship with Italy, and so I say to the King of Italy, can I marry your daughter? And he sends me his daughter as a wife, and maybe we get along, maybe we don't get along. There's a little bit of a kind of a Tinder thing going on. Before we agree on all this, of course it's a political jest, before we agree on all this, you're gonna send me a little miniature portrait of what the daughter looks like to make sure that I like what she looks like. If not, I swap left like Tinder and I don't marry her. Presumably she has much less choice in the matter, as women traditionally were not given such great choices in who they marry in those days. Thankfully they do now. So what happens in this particular case is the King of France marries this the Italian woman, the Italian princess. She moves over to France, and at some point she misses home. Home is Florence, a beautiful city with phenomenal climate, nothing like the climate of Paris, the grey, grisly climate of Paris, which we don't have today. And like all Italians anywhere, you know, they always miss Italy. If you know Italians, you know that wherever they live, they've been very happy, but they always say, Italy, Italy, oh, there is nothing like the coffee, the pasta, the parmigiana, blah, 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 blah. So she's the same way, she misses Italy. So when she's finally a widow, the king dies, in this case, she wants to build a chateau that reminds her of Italy. So she has this built. Then she dies very quickly too, she never gets to enjoy it, and the whole thing goes through all kinds of horrible stages. It becomes a jail horribly after the revolution, and then eventually, like a lot of these nice things, becomes a government building, the Senate in this case. So politicians, elected officials get to enjoy these lovely rarified halls of this place. But the gardens are open to the public, and here I am walking around, and it's beautiful and fantastically manicured, all precise, with lots of lovely statuary, like this lion right behind me, and fantastically manicured and groomed, as you can see here, geometric lines of trees that have for centuries been cut precisely, so when they're in full bloom they create these corridors that are completely verdant and straight and green. That is the essence of the classical French garden, about which I've spoken elsewhere. So that's what I had to say about the Luxembourg Gardens. Of course, on your next visit to Paris, you should stop here. They're beautiful. They're kind of monochromatic right now because, as you can see, it's just green. But come spring, there's a riot of flowers and color going all the way, creating lines and pathways and shapes all the way to the palace. Noma Dimitri from Paris, this unseasonably warm December when the world's leaders are here debating the future of the planet and global warming. Happy travels.